series clinching wins. 14 for 14 last night, 33 points. 41 in the conference finals with the Clippers. And 2021 conference semis, 37 points against the Nuggets, 14 for 19. His last 3 series clinching wins, 37 a game, 77 field goal percentage. Yeah, he shrinks. And you guys all thought Westbrook was better. Because you know the triple-double thing. You got to be kidding me. If you have to sit and watch Chris Paul and you're like, I don't know. No, you don't know. I mean, I watch Chris Paul, I don't get it. Stop right there, drop the mic. You don't get it. Like, this guy is so good. He knows when to turn it on. He knows when the games are big. Dude's like, it's going to be 37 in like a week. I mean, yes, he sometimes gets injured, but God, is he good. Can you imagine going 14 for 14 in an NBA playoff game? That is Jordan shot 55%. I mean, that is unbelievable. He is my favorite point guard, top 3 or 4 ever. And the entire time I've heard how he shrinks. You know who shrinks? Blake Griffin when they broke up. That's who shrinks. That's who vanished, not Chris Paul. You ever been the last in line for a hot shower? Oh, you get cold water, lukewarm water. It's just the worst. The pain rudely awakened by freezing temperatures from the shower. Not anymore with Navien. Tankless water heaters. They're the future. 15-year warranties. They don't run out of hot water because they only heat it when you need it. Navien. Spa-like comfort. Imagine instant hot water. Imagine lower energy bills because it's tankless. Imagine a 15-year limited warranty. Durable. Efficient. Also, Navien, leaders in green technology. So they make it easy to go tankless. You increase your comfort and decrease your carbon footprint. Right now, save hundreds, too, on a new Navien tankless water heater with local rebates. Go to tanklessmadesimple.com, tanklessmadesimple.com, and ask for a Navien. A BTF on Twitter. People freaked out because the Baltimore Ravens traded Hollywood Brown, a wide receiver. He wanted to be traded. And he's an erratic player who didn't play well at the end of the year and wanted to be traded. First of all, the Ravens may have had the best first round of anybody. They got the best safety and the best center at like mid-draft and late draft. By the way, they got Lamar end of the first round, so they're pretty good at the draft thing. The Ravens have built up a ton of equity with me over the years. They're always well-owned, always smartly run. They're really, honestly, it's amazing the Steelers and the Ravens are right next to each other. They are brilliantly run organizations. They built up a lot of equity to me, and Lamar Jackson's not a general manager. He's a young quarterback. So they wanted to sign him, and I think his mom is his agent. He doesn't want to sign a contract, and they're like, okay, we're going to protect ourselves here, and we think this is best for the team. And again, your resume in life is going to dictate how I view you. If you've been a good person, a stable person, a smart person, all right, well, I'm a guess. Yeah, you're making moves best for the franchise. I saw a story the other day on Bitcoin where like 90% of the people who invest in Bitcoin, like are renters, are megalomaniacs. Yeah, it's brand new. I don't trust your judgment. I'll go with a guy that's been in the real estate business in Wall Street for 40 years and made a great living. I'm sorry. I trust the Ravens here. Hollywood Brown's an erratic wide receiver that didn't have a great end of the season. He wasn't happy and he wanted to get traded, and so they moved him. This is the reality. By the way, the Ravens hit a home run in the first round. They have 9 more picks, and it's a deep wide receiver draft. I say this all the time. If you're a good person and make a mistake on social media, I take a deep breath and go, all right, I believe they're a good person. What we have now in society is people are jerks, do one nice thing and we think they're nice, or they're wonderful people and make a mistake and the Ravens know what they're doing. They always know what they're doing. They always draft well. They always acquire well. Last year, they were the most beat-up team in the National Football League. It was crazy. I don't know what the number was. It was like 35 guys were on IR, and they were still viable because they draft well. They were still, marginally viable in a really good division that had a team make the Super Bowl. So in this instance, I don't think it's a big story. Lamar's a kid, won't sign a contract. Sometimes businesses have a right to go, we're good here, and we're gonna do what we think is best for the team. I think what they really realize is they're going to get back to their roots here and got a good center, going to pound the football a little bit, like to play with a lead, control the clock. That's when I think it's best for Lamar Jackson. But by the way, the division now has Deshaun Watson and Joe Burrow. And Lamar doesn't want to sign a long-term contract. I could see Baltimore saying, if we don't get this quarterback thing, well, are we going to be a third, fourth place team? I mean, what if Kenny Pickett works? What if the Steelers hit a home run? So I'm on the Ravens side on this one. Joy with the news.
No.
That was a really touching moment. Drops. And, Joe Burrow is the exception. The ability to go to a bad franchise and carry it. We all get that's the exception. For Kenny Pickett, this is perfect. Stability, a football coach, Mike Tomlin, that's never had a losing record, good receivers, found their back, have a tight end, great defense. This is perfect. And Kenny Pickett's not viewed as Joe Burrow. He is viewed more like Mac Jones. Come in, surround him with stability. He can manage. He is much more trailer than tractor. He's not going to pull you somewhere. He's got to be kind of pulled. He's 24. So he can play now. He's a 4-year starter, so he can play right now. Mitch Trubisky, we thought he was a bridge quarterback, may very well be a backup quarterback. That's what it feels like to me. They got Kenny Pickett to start. And I will say this, of the 5 or 6 other quarterbacks that will be taken over the next day or weekend, I highly doubt any of them get this situation. A coach that's never had a losing record? I mean, what's the Steelers' weakness? Yeah, their offensive line could be better. They addressed it last year. They'll address it this weekend. The other thing is when I watch the draft is when you don't have a lot of superstars in the draft, and I don't think it has one. What really becomes important, Chase Young was going to work anywhere. Right. We kind of knew that. It's Patrick Mahomes. Eventually we found out, well, that would work anywhere. Kansas City helps. Joe Burrow, was going to work anywhere. Andrew Luck was going to work anywhere. But if you don't have that in this draft, what really becomes important is fit. And there were 4 or 5 players I thought really, very fortunately found the perfect spot. Aiden Hutchinson, Michigan. Doesn't go number 1, not the pressure of the number 1. He goes number 2 to his local team. By the way, number 2 picks. Von Miller's a 2, one of the Bosa's a 2. 2's a good spot. Not a lot of pressure. Now he goes to Detroit. It's not a dominating culture. He's not the number 1 pick. He's a local kid. They're going to be rooting for him, fan favorite, and I kind of like their momentum. The other kid is Jordan Davis, the kid from Georgia that goes to Philadelphia. I thought that was a great landing spot. First of all, he gets to play next to Fletcher Cox, who is just a great guy and a great player. Philadelphia also has a history of drafting defensive linemen doing very, very well at that position. They may miss on receivers. They are good on defensive linemen. So, again, not a lot of pressure, not a top 10 pick. He comes in, plays next to kind of a all-time, interior line guy. He's going to learn from him. They're not going to demand day one that he's dominant. Great place to land. I thought Baltimore had 2 kids. Kyle Hamilton, the safety, Tyler Linderbaum, the center. Both come in. Again, I thought they were great value picks. They'll both be starters. It's a position of need. You have a great owner, organizational stability. They won't have to star. They'll be given a year to kind of figure things out, bail a little water. They may get overwhelmed initially. It's perfect. And then there's Kenny Pickett. They've got the receivers in Pittsburgh. They got a great young tight end, an excellent young running back, a front 7. He doesn't have to carry the franchise. He doesn't have to be in shootouts. Pittsburgh's defense is elite, and Tomlin's an elite defensive coach. What they need is somebody to come in who's got a better arm than the guys they have right now, can move a little bit, who's got a lot of college starts, and will be comfortable day one. It's exactly what Kenny Pickett is. When you have a draft that doesn't have a lot of star power, landing spot becomes crucial to success. And I thought between Aiden Hutchinson, Jordan Davis, Kyle Hamilton, Kenny Pickett, and Tyler Linderbaum, great fits. I would be shocked if those guys didn't do really, really well. And who knows? Maybe some of them do become stars. A lot of people think Jordan Davis. I have 2 executives who I trust. Both thought Philadelphia got a home run. They're like, that may be the best mid-round pick of the draft. So congratulations to a very emotional Kenny Pickett. And if I have to hear about his hands anymore, can we get past the hands thing, folks? I'm just overhearing about Kenny Pickett's hands. On Mother's Day, you often struggle for the moms. What's the perfect gift to get her? How about a bouquet of roses right now? 1-800-Flowers. Mother's Day is coming up. $20 off right now, assorted tulips. There were 6 wide receivers taken in the top 20 picks. That's an NFL draft record. Receivers going everywhere. There were 9 trades in the first round. Crazy town. NFL draft record. Packers, didn't do anything. Took 2 defensive guys. Now they have 2 picks today. Not great picks, like in the 50s, kind of like yesterday, a couple of later ones. But it's interesting to watch the NFC. Lions in both free agency and the draft. Boy, they have upgraded their offensive pieces, wide receivers. Saints were aggressive yesterday, get a wide receiver. Eagles traded for A.J. Brown.